Devastated, confused, heartbroken. So many times in life we get thrown for a curve and don't know how to react.
I can tell you the first time I had sex, how was my marriage going to survive? It's over. I remember standing in front of the judge with my 3-week-old baby, looking at my ex. I saw the look on his face and it was complete rage.
Welcome to When Life Throws You a Curve and How to Make the Adjustment with your host, Katie Hamilton.
Hey everyone, welcome to When Life Throws You a Curve and How to Make the Adjustment. I'm Katie Hamilton. I'm so glad you're here today. We have a very special guest. I am super excited to welcome Papa Joe to the show. He is definitely someone who knows how to make the adjustment. He has overcome so much in his life, and I cannot wait to hear right from him how he has truly made the adjustment. Papa Joe, welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you're here. You have been such an inspiration to me as I've been learning about you and gotten so familiar with your story, but I'm very, very excited to hear straight from the source. And I know we have a lot of ground to cover, so I want to kind of jump right in.
Let's go.
So originally, yes, you were originally into, like, you're kind of got your start in the music industry.
Yes.
Was that kind of a goal you had from, childhood? Did it fall into your lap? How did that part of your life really get going and take off?
Yeah, actually, music's always been, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Music's always been a passion of mine. It's always kind of something that, that I've been passionate about as a young age. I played violin when I was at a young age and also played drums. So, and then life kind of got in the way, so to speak, and I was kind of left it behind, and I was working in a video store after moving out from New York, and a producer said, I really like your voice and would love to record it for dance music. So we recorded a track. I got signed to a label in 10 minutes, and then we recorded a rap, and then that became a Billboard dance hit.
That's amazing.
So my very first single ever becomes a top 10 Billboard dance hit.
I mean, that's incredible. You don't hear that type of music story very often. Usually it's 20 years before I had a hit. So that's amazing. And obviously that had to give you some reassurance that you were doing, you were at the right place at the right time doing something that you were made to do. And if I remember this correctly from your story, it was at a music event or in a music video where you saw yourself and did not like what you saw and thought, okay, I need to make a change here. So tell me about that incident and kind of what got you on your health journey.
Well, you know what? I've always struggled with weight. It's something that I've been doing for my entire life. I've yo-yo diet in between. I've even done some unhealthy things that I shouldn't have done, but throughout the whole process and the whole journey, I was just making some bad decisions and some bad choices because I was allowing the stresses of the world to kind of impact me. And I consider myself an emotional eater. So I feel like I have like a food addiction. So, I mean, and that's something—
It's a very real thing.
It really is. And it's something that, but I struggle with weight issues, whether it's, depression or anxiety or anything else. My issue is weight. So after yo-yo dieting for a long time and then seeing myself in this music video, finally, I had this opportunity to do music again. It was in a different form. I wasn't playing violin or drums. I was actually using my voice to be my talent, be the music box, so to speak. So having that opportunity to come back in my life, I was like, oh my God, this is great. But then when I saw myself physically, I just said, you've got to make a change. So when I saw myself in the video for the very first time after being isolated for so long, and then I was unemployed at the time, couldn't afford a gym, gastric bypass surgery, or anything like that. But when I saw myself in this video, there's one shot to this day that I still can't look at. If you Google the video, if you YouTube the video, Last Night a DJ Saved My Life, at 4 minutes and 19 seconds, there is a profile shot, 3-second shot that I cannot look at to this day. And that was my wake-up call. And so from there, I said, you know what, if you have an opportunity to do something that you're passionate about, you can't look like that anymore. So literally I grabbed my tennis shoes and my dance music and I started walking. I was the easiest exercise that I could do, and I started walking.
And I mean, that's incredible. I know so many people that feel motivated, and they can, make themselves do it, but it's not like a lasting thing. So the fact that you not only put your shoes on, walked outside and started walking, you obviously stuck with it. And what do you feel like was the, was there a point where you made the switch of, I have to do this, like for survival, for like, just to be able to live a life for fulfillment?
It was all survival because I couldn't afford a gym. I was unemployed and couldn't afford a gastric bypass surgery, but I knew I had to get the weight off of me once and for all. Because as the Billboard song became on the Billboard charts, as it was being played on MTV, VH1, I'm like, oh my God, every time that shot 4 minutes and 19 seconds just kept flashing on YouTube, flashing on MTV, I'm like, ah!
So that was motivation, probably.
Ooh, that was motivation
and then,
enough. I mean, because other people were seeing me like that, and then I really didn't want to be judged like that. And then when the label contacted me during that time frame, and said, we want you to be the next Biggie Smalls for house music. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I didn't want to be creative that way. And then, I was doing a lot of events and, the song was coming out and I was really insecure about my weight because I had been struggling with it for so long. But then having the opportunity to start walking, I was in a position where I couldn't afford the gym or anything like that. So I said, what was the easiest exercise that I could do? And it was walking, because walking and exercise to me feels like a word, like work anyway. It feels like a mission. It feels like a chore. It feels like something else to do. But once I got into that mental mindset of walking and then started seeing the results, in addition to that, I had to budget my, budget the money that I had coming in from unemployment. And so once I found a supermarket, a dollar store, I was able to buy my fruits and vegetables from a dollar store and spend $40 a week. So,
that is so fascinating to me that I mean, because you say, you don't have to be wealthy to be healthy.
That's it.
And I have heard the opposite, I've heard the opposite so much.
Yeah.
So to see someone say it and then live it.
Yeah. I want to be one of the myth busters, it's like, people say, oh, you can't lose weight by walking. Yeah, you can, and people say it costs too much to eat healthy. No, it doesn't.
No, I know. And you are absolutely proof. And honestly, the truth is, we all have to invest in ourselves in some way. And we're either going to put in the effort on the front end, or we're going to be paying severely, as our life goes on, on the back end with all manner of, health issues and also like you said, the emotional components that come with just not being satisfied and fulfilled. And, I know for me, I didn't grow up working out, but once I started and kind of got on that train, like I got addicted just to the endorphins, and now it's, if I don't work out, my kids are like, oh my gosh, go do something, Mom, because like you're driving us crazy. Like I've gotten so used to it. Like, I don't even like to be around me if I haven't been able to, go work out and blow off some steam. Okay. So I have a question for you, a couple questions. What did you do when it was raining? Like today, it's very rainy here in Texas. We've had a lot of rain lately. Did you make any adjustments for inside your house or apartment or wherever you were living, to be able, or did you walk in the rain?
I walked in the rain or shine. That's what a hoodie's for.
That's good. That is such dedication and commitment. That's impressive.
What a hoodie's for. Seriously, what? And just put the playlist on and keep it going.
And even when it's cold?
Yeah. Double up.
Double up. Well, yeah, that is actually, that's very impressive.
I set a routine for myself that's 7 a.m. every morning. And I would make set a motto for myself: take care of yourself first before you take care of anyone else.
Yeah, well, you really can't take care of other people well if you haven't. That I have found in parenting, and I found that, just in life across the board. You can't give away what you don't have. So if I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not going to really be able to
You're
take
not
care
gonna
of
be good to
anybody
anybody
else.
else. Yeah, you ain't gonna be good to nobody else.
So can you tell me what your favorite meal that you make or have gotten from the night? Because you came up with this whole 99-cent,
Correct.
diet meal plan. Are you still on that? Do you still shop there?
Yeah, I am now, based on the situation that we're currently in.
Oh, yes. So that, and I mean, like at least
I'm going
we're
back to
able to
basics.
walk.
I'm
Going back to basics.
I'm going back to basics.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I mean, I like the fancy stuff, but if I have to just do a plain spinach omelet and some salt and pepper, I'm good.
Oh, I can get down with that too. Absolutely,
throw
for
some salsa
sure.
in there, throw a little some salsa in there. I'm good. I'm really good. I keep it really simple and basic because when I started this journey, I had no nutritional background whatsoever. Do you know what I'm saying? I've done Weight
So
Watchers.
you were just learning on the fly?
I printed out a food pyramid table, and I said, everything on here good, everything else bad.
And that worked for you.
And literally, I mixed and matched in between everything else that was on and I literally chose items that I could eat every day on a daily basis and not get bored with it. And then I started, talking to other like-minded people that were doing the same thing. And then I would, experiment and vary, adding different things and, just to change it up, because it does get monotonous and boring. But in the beginning, you have to stick to a routine, and setting that mindset and changing that mindset to making better choices. Right now, those bad choices that I made have, they're better choices, and it's easy for me now. But my favorite meal is spinach omelet.
Spinach omelet. I love a good spinach omelet too.
I love a good
I'm
breakfast.
with you on that. Did you cook prior to this whole health journey, or were you I'm gonna
microwave
eat out or oh yeah, the microwave's actually kind of banned in my house.
Really?
Yeah, we don't do much microwave. I mean, it's like maybe once a month, like maybe, but no,
I had to learn how to cook. I mean, literally, I was at a very, very low point in my life that, and then the only way that I could do it was out of survival. Okay, you got to learn how to cook. You got to learn how to exercise. I had to learn all these basic fundamental things that we do in life every day, and just, and I had to learn how to do them. And
so I'm not saying I'm
not a master chef. I'm not a master chef, but if you put a recipe in front of me, I can make it and make it edible.
Well, I can tell you look, I watched an interview from you, about from like 6 years ago and a few other ones. And I mean, you look every bit as young, if not younger now than you did then. I mean, like you look so healthy.
Thank you.
Your skin's glowing. I mean, you look really, really good. And like, I can feel your joy. Like you have a very, very good presence about you that I can feel through this little, home situation that we have set up here. And it's, I mean, that's real. Like that's legit. You can't fabricate that. I mean, people can try to,
one of the things that
have people perceive themselves to be other than they are, but what you've done, and for you to have lived this out for this long, like that is such a true testament to your character and your dedication, and it's hugely inspirational.
Thank you.
And I'm just so glad that you chose to make a change, because you have inspired millions of people. And in fact, before we go to break, I want to, and you can kind of speak into this a little bit, but I think you're able to maybe give some, are you offering services, coaching? Yep. I guess it's coaching, yes. Especially during this time of quarantine, to help people maybe start their own health journey and make some adjustments in their lives. Yeah. I think that's amazing, and definitely needed, definitely necessary. A lot of people don't know where to start. It feels very overwhelming. It feels like, and then if they feel like they fall off the wagon, then they're like, oh, well,
forget about it.
They just forget about it. So before we get to my real question, I have a personal question. Do you believe in cheat meals or cheat days? And do you have any of those? Yes. And what about holidays?
I believe in everything in moderation. Unfortunately, when I started the journey, I was eating 7,000 calories per day. So I loved everything and anything. But I had to drop down to 2,000 calories a day. But, you know, it's really kind of, you know, food has been, I always say food is my bad best friend.
I feel that.
I do have my cheat days. You know, I do have my cheat days. I do believe in that. And the fact that I've went so drastically from eating 7,000 calories to 2,000 calories today and maintaining that on a daily basis. You know, I do feel you do have to have cheat days. You know, one of the things that I did give up, and I will never go back to, I've had a couple here and there, but I've given up soda. I used to drink a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew every single day for 5 years.
Oh, that was my ex-husband. He was a Mountain Dew lover.
50 tablespoons of sugar in that every day.
Oh, I know. I would tell him, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good idea, you know, but
no.
I mean, I couldn't like tell my husband what to do. Obviously I could, you know, offer some suggestions, but he was a Mountain Dew lover. And I don't know, there is something in that stuff that just, for those of like people that love it, but just giving up soda in and of itself is a huge game changer. I mean, I think I lost my first 20 pounds doing that, you know, once I stopped drinking soda, but I haven't touched it in 7 years. I've had a ginger ale here and there, but I'm really sticking to it. And that's the only thing that I won't cheat back on again. But everything else, I think you do it in moderation. It's okay. But I went from going from eating a whole chocolate cake to just having a slice, you know? That's, yeah. I mean, that takes willpower too. I mean, cause like there's a couple things in life that I love. My weaknesses are donuts and iced sugar cookies. And if I have one, it's over. I mean, I don't have an off switch on those.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think you have to see, for me, I had to realize, I said, okay, you know what it tastes like. You know what it's, you know, it's, you're not going to die if you don't have it. But yet, you know, you got to figure out why you want it. Sometimes to figure out that trigger of like, why you want it right now, because I want some sweet. And then just have it and then realize, okay, and then push it aside and be, I'm good. As long as I have a taste of it, I think I'm fine. I'm good mentally that I'm strong enough to have the willpower to be like, okay, I'm good. I just need the taste. Yeah. Sometimes it's just the taste. You know? I
just need, you know, of those, I need a lot, but I don't have them often. Only like maybe twice a year, because I have like, when I have them so much, I'm good for a good long while.
Now, when I did start the journey though, when I did start the journey though, I had to give up sweet for about 6 months, because that's my kryptonite as well. I'm a sweet junkie. I'm a sugar junkie. So I had to give up the sweets for the first 6 months just to train my brain how to function without it. And then I started incorporating, because I love M&Ms, what I incorporated was a snack size pack of M&Ms into my diet. So I can at least have some chocolate or some, you know what I mean, some sweet, and have it in moderation, and then know that I can deal with it. And then as long as I didn't go back and go buy the big bag, I'm good. You know what I mean? I got it under control.
Did you find that you lost a taste, like the cravings, like started to go down, or is that something that you still have cravings for?
Well, one of the things that I talk about in the book that I wrote, Balancing the Scales, is figuring out I call it the 3 W's, and that's what, when, why. And that's basically, if you have an item in front of you, it's, what is it? It's okay, a bag of Doritos. When do you want it? I want it now. And then you got to ask yourself why. And then once you figure out that why, then that will start to trigger some of the, and you can target some of the triggers that you have as far as, you know, why you're doing what you're doing and putting yourself in check.
I mean, I think that can apply to so many things. I mean, for sure food, but for triggers across the board. You know, you've had success in the, as an author. I cannot wait to read your Balancing the Scales book. I'm actually really excited to read that. But I think those 3 W's is so applicable to just life across the board. And I'm going to be taking that and applying it for sure.
What, when, why? I mean, just ask yourself, you know, I mean, personally, like, you know what I mean? It's through that self-reflection and self-discovery. You know what I'm saying? It's just figuring out what, when, why. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and don't beat yourself up about it if you figure out about the why, because then you start thinking too deep in it and all that stuff like that. Because remember, you're like, okay, because sometimes you want it for the right or wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I wanted Doritos, sometimes I'd be like, oh, that woman cut me off in traffic and I'm mad. Oh, you know what? And then I would remind myself that I'm on a mission and I put them back and go get something healthier.
That's really good. Cash, I think you and I need to talk about those monster drinks. What, when, why? Because every time we're on a call, he's got a white monster. I mean, you know, I'm not judging. I'm just,
no, I don't judge either. But you know, but you know what though? But again, in any journey, I say start with 1%. Start with 1%. You know what I mean? Whether, you know, if it's something, you know, you shouldn't be doing. Like I knew I shouldn't be drinking a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew every day, but I did. You know, because I was stressed out in my corporate job and this, that, and the other. And I was just guzzling it 24/7 just as a sugar high. You know? Did
that keep you awake at night?
Yes. And that's where I would do all of my night binging and eat like my most of my calories. I'd sit there, I'd do a 2 Big Mac meal, a large size bag of Doritos, a whole chocolate cake, and 2 Diet Cokes to wash it down.
Wow. I mean, that's commitment too. Just, I mean, that's, you know, it's like, I do eat at night. And I mean, that's kind of like I think I got in that habit when my ex-husband was in baseball because we ate dinner. I made dinner every night at midnight and we'd be up till about 2 a.m. Wow. I did that for like a decade, but I wanted us to be able to, you know, eat as a family. And I'm grateful for those memories, but you know, I mean, I do eat at night way more than I should. So it's been you know, something I'm trying to, you know,
you know what I did? Well, what I did was, and this is one of the hardest things I think that anybody, because see, I did everything cold turkey. I went to the fridge when I had my nervous breakdown when I started. I went to the fridge and literally threw out everything that was going to get in my way of losing weight. I literally was left with a bottle of ketchup and mustard. Seriously. You know, and then I restocked.
Did you like freak out afterwards? I mean, after like when reality set in that you had thrown all that stuff away and then you were on this journey, like, did you have
I had to literally break up with food. You know, that was the day I was breaking up with food. I was literally just throwing stuff. You're like, I'm never going to have you again.
That's so, I mean, like, that's what it is though. That's has to be what it feels like.
Yeah, I had to break up with food and be like, bye, you know, see you later. But then because I'm a snacker, I knew I had to stock my fridge with healthy items. So I was literally forced to like eat nothing but healthy. So instead of those late night bag of chips, I'm like, carrots, here we go. You know, then I was figuring out, okay, I'm good with the carrots. It's this motion that I wanted. This is the boredom that I was feeling inside.
Oh, that's actually pretty revelatory because I don't think a lot of people connect. You know, back before I had kids, when I was like 15, 16, I smoked. You know, the second I found out I was pregnant, you know, that was the end of the cigarettes. So, you know, they see ya. But I mean, when I was pregnant, like remembering like, oh, I liked this motion. I was so much more than I actually was, you know, the nicotine. You know, so that makes perfect sense. I mean, we get used to this and, you know, if we're bored, if we have free time, I know everybody right now is talking about, we don't want to gain the quarantine 15 or the quarantine 50 or whatever it's going to be, however long this thing goes. You know, but at the same time, like I work out at home and because I'm, you know, teaching my kids and I'm working full time and it's all happening at my house. It's, you know, finding like time to work out, it has been, you know, more of a challenge because I got to teach my kids school, which we've done homeschooling before. I just never did it at home while I was working full time, you know, and then working at home full time. You know what I mean? It's like, so there have definitely been adjustments across the board. And, you know, I mean, I've been my sweatpants every single day, which I love, you know, and I don't have any accountability with my real clothes. And, you know, I don't plan on putting them on anytime soon, but, it is just something to be mindful of. I've told, all my kids, because they're not playing sports right now, they're usually always in a sport. I'm like, let's just, as a family, like reset, and we're all gonna just do it together. We're gonna, because one of my kids loves soda, and I'm like, I'm kind of a little bit of a health nut at times, and so I'm like, we don't do soda, that's out. We're just gonna hit the reset button. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes, more with Papa Joe, and we'll be back on with Miss Nancy in just a few. So stick around, and we'll be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back to When Life Throws You a Curve and How to Make the Adjustment. We are still here with Papa Joe, and we have brought my lovely friend and woman. This is my right-hand woman right here. This is Miss Nancy Williams. Nancy, thanks for being here.
Hey.
So I was telling Papa Joe, you came to me last week.
Yeah.
Now, she didn't know we were doing this interview when she came to me, but she came to me last week. And you said, I want to make a change. I want to get my health right. I want you to help train me, help put me on a regimen. And I said, well, you know what? I'm actually doing an interview with the man. I mean, he has lost 250 pounds.
He looked good.
Doesn't he? He does look good. He looks very good.
Hey, I got my pants right here, by the way. I wanted to show you. I have these were my old pants. This is one leg of my pants. This is the whole
that's like bigger than,
right here.
What they were, 48s?
58s.
58.
Ooh, man, you look amazing.
Doesn't he?
From that to a 36.
Wow.
So
I mean,
possible.
that just has to feel so good. That has to feel so good. I mean, the only thing I can
fit both legs. I can fit both legs into one leg.
That is amazing. I mean, I know how good it felt to get my skinny jeans on after I had a baby, and and that was like, we lost 15 pounds or 20 pounds or whatever after you have a baby. I mean, so if that felt good, I cannot imagine how you feel when you see what you've done, the accomplishments that you've made, and that you've kept it off. That's remarkable.
I mean, to be honest
with
you,
what would you?
The first hurdle is always losing the weight. The second hurdle is maintaining it. Yeah.
Staying dedicated. So what would you recommend to someone, that's really just starting, starting off on a journey, and also starting off on a journey while we're in this quarantine situation? So, I mean, really the only thing we can do is get out and hit the pavement.
No worries.
Or eat.
No worries. Let's get started. Hey, Nancy, got a quick question.
Hey.
Hi. What would be your why? What would be your reason why you would want to start this journey?
Well, I have a couple of reasons why I want to start the journey. First and most of all is my health. My health, I am type 2 diabetes, I have asthma, and I have high blood pressure.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. We have, we have called the ambulance more than one time, and it has scared me to death. And so I'm thrilled that she wants to do this journey, but obviously,
right.
Her decisions.
Question number two. What's your kryptonite? Is it sweets? Is it what's the kryptonite?
Sweets. Sweets is my kryptonite all around the board.
Particularly what type? What cookies, cakes, candies? What everything?
Candy. I don't too much care for the cakes.
Okay.
The cakes I could do without. I don't even like pies. It's the candy. I like candy. I like the turtles. I like the sneakers, the almond joys. I'm true to the I love candy.
The turtles.
Something real. Let's keep it real. No, they're like, no, real. That's it.
Yeah, I love candy.
I stay true to that.
Yeah, I love candy, and that's and soda. I could quit sodas because I have quit sodas for months. So sodas is not my problem. It really is the candy because I'm heavy at the top. I'm not heavy at the bottom at all.
No, she's not heavy at the bottom at all.
Okay.
It's just
So
my top that
So
is
if you don't mind me, what are eating patterns like? You doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or you do late night snacking? Like what
I
you
eat
fall in?
whenever. That's my whole thing. I don't have an eating pattern. I eat whenever because I usually work all the time.
She does work. You work a lot.
I work a lot. I usually start my day at like 5:30 in the morning, and I end my day sometime at 10 o'clock at night.
But not
always. I have 2 jobs. I have
No,
2
so
jobs.
it fluctuates on a day-to-day basis, right?
It fluctuates on a day-to-day basis. But my thing is, I do love salads. I could eat salads every day, all day. It's the things I eat after I eat the salad.
Okay.
No,
So
I
we got to
have a purse full of candy.
So my recommendation is write a list of the healthy items that you love. Mm-hmm. Fruits, vegetables, chicken, beef, any kind of vegetables. What kind of vegetables? Do you like broccoli? Do you like Brussels sprouts? Do you like corn? You know what I mean? Write them all down of the healthy stuff. That's your list that you start with. At least starting with 1% of removing something that you've had, like a bad habit, and turning it into a good one, of going to that list every day. As long as you see something visualizing, you know what I mean, that list, it can start to make those better habits, those better habits with some of the eating choices. Like you said, snacks, like the candy. So you got to find a substitute. You got to find a healthy substitute, whether it's
for the candy.
Exactly. For me, like how much candy are you eating? Like a lot? Like you just kind of like.
I eat a lot of candy.
Like is it after the salad?
Look
Like,
at your purse.
See, ask them kids. I eat candy.
Okay. Right.
I eat candy, and then my doctor even talked to me about it because at one time my diabetes was like bad. I kind of got it under control now. It's not like it was, but it could be a lot better. And my doctor was like, "Won't you trade?" He told me 25 strawberries equal up to 1 cookie.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Won't you trade?" Yeah,
you like strawberries?
Yes.
Then there you go. You switch that up instead of the candy. You start. I'm getting my strawberries because you need that sweet. You know what I mean? You need that sweet. So for me, it was watermelon or strawberries too. I like strawberries. I like pineapple. I like grapes. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted something sweet. I would go grab fruit. And then another acronym that I have for you. Do you want to win?
Yes, I want to win. I want to be number 1.
Okay, so you have to remember, win is what's important now. Mm-hmm. That's what you got to remember.
What's important now? That's actually really good.
Yes, that's real good to say.
So remember, like, instead of grabbing, like, every time you got to remind yourself, when you grab them for that cake, you already know it. You said you already know what the problem is.
Yes, I do. And then that's why I came to Katie, because ever since I known Katie always had a healthy appetite of eating healthy. I mean, with literally anything, even a chip, she'll find the most healthiest chip to eat. And I be looking upside her head sometimes like, I don't know about that one, Katie. But
I have my two weaknesses, but I don't eat them very often.
No, you have so much you have good self-control when it comes to the eating thing.
I do.
You could. I don't.
I do.
So do you think a part of it is the willpower as well?
It's the willpower, and then it's the me working, eating on the go. Grabbing something.
So what you got to do is you got to find those healthy snacks on the go that can keep you satisfied in between those meals when you sit down. And on top of that, drink plenty of water. Water.
That's huge. That is huge.
Water. Let me tell you something. I quit soda 5 years ago. I was telling Katie, I quit soda 5, 6, 7 years ago. I used to drink a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew every single day for 5 years. So giving up soda, missing that corn syrup and stuff like that. Love my Kool-Aid with tons of sugar when it's thick on the bottom and all that.
Ain't that Kool-Aid good with all that sugar?
But I got to give it up. You know what I mean? I got to give it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to stay healthy. But one of the tricks I would do is even before, you know what? If you love salads, drink 2 glasses of water before you eat that salad. Wow. And that's another trick to fill you up. And then, so when you eat that salad, you're full, maybe you won't go snacking. But then again, keep those healthy snacks on the go. Keep those carrots on the go. Keep those peanuts on the go. You like trail mix?
Yeah, I love
trail
trail
mix.
mix.
Again, right? A list of healthy things that you love, and that's what the healthy stuff. And you got someone sitting right next to you right there that eats healthy.
Yes, you do.
And listen, I've always, Nancy knows, like I'm always going to be here for her, but never, I love her. I never would judge her or pressure her to do anything.
Exactly.
But, if she's come to me, I've always offered to help any way I can. But since she came to me, I know that she's serious, because like she has said, Siri, look what she does. Look what she does. This woman. Siri, I'm on a Mac.
No worries.
And one of my kids' name is Sierra. If I don't say that very clearly, Siri will get on and see, she did it again. I can't say her name. I can't say Alexa. I can't, anyway, but since Nancy came to me, I know she's serious.
Yeah. Well, Nancy, to be honest with you, honestly, you've made some choices already in order to keep things under control. Now you just got to keep reminding yourself that you want to win, and just reminding yourself of what's important now. So remember, you want to win, you want to win, you want to win. And if you just take the simple step, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Yeah, did you have, doesn't really sound like you had a person for accountability in your life. It was your people that you saw walking, that encouraged you. But in your home,
you was your accountability.
You were your account. Like, that's massive willpower. Nancy and I are together a lot, so I can help encourage her. And I think that would be a blessing. But to have to go it alone is tough. And that, you had to have a strong.
But you know what, and you know what, it's game. And that it was the first question. Why? Why do you want to start the journey? And that's what you got to constantly remind yourself of, why you want to do this. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's for better health, whether it's to whether you want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds. I don't care if it's 2 pounds or 200. You know what I mean? You can do it. But you just got to put yourself in that right mindset to keep constantly remind yourself, that you want to do this. And that's why my first question is why? And that's the thing you got to constantly just drill into your head, and you have to, and then once, it's going to be hard because you're removing something, 1% of something that you've been comfortable with and used to, and now you're trying to change it up. So, you know what I mean? Yes. It's a little bit of, It's a little bit of uncertainty. But then once you start seeing results, that's when you go, okay, I got this. Just like you said, you stopped soda before. How did that make you feel?
When I stopped soda before, I feel so much better not drinking the soda. I feel like I could breathe even better without drinking the soda, because I traded sodas for water, and I started liking water. At first, I didn't like water. And people be like, how you don't like water? It don't taste like nothing. To me, it did. I didn't like water.
No, I mean,
water just was my friend. I just didn't like water. I tried everything. You know how you try to fruity water drinks or whatever. I just didn't like water.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm so with you on the same wavelength. So what I did was I'm not a water drinker as well, but I had to force myself. So what I started doing was drinking sparkling water, club soda, add some lemon in it, you know what I mean? Change it up, add a little kiwi to it. And you know what I mean? Just to change up the flavor, and then I started liking it again. It tastes better.
And actually, I started liking water when I started working for you. Remember you told me to try the Essence water? Yeah. And it was another flavor. That water, it is good.
That's what I'm saying. You do flavor water. Do flavor water. Because I think water is too plain. I'm like, ugh. But I know you got to do it. But I do it. Do plain. Do some sparkling water. Add some fruit to it. You know what I mean? Spice it up a little bit. And then, once, you get something that you like, stick to it.
Yeah, and then that's my whole thing. After you eat that good meal and you want something that's to knock that good meal down, I just need to find.
Now, I'm going to ask you one more question. Now I'm gonna ask you one more question. As far as portion control, how are you on that? Do you say no to seconds?
You know what? And you know what? I do say no to seconds. I'm not like when I go out to eat with my friends, they already know I'm not gonna eat just the stuff I eat. You know, like if I get a good meal, I want me some candy behind. I want that almond joy or that turtle. I got to have that. What make me go to sleep at night. Sometime at night I get up. I have a store right there. I have to walk and give me some candy. It's like I just need some candy.
Yeah.
It's almost like an addiction, you know, eating candy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it most definitely is.
Yeah.
But maybe that's where the
strawberries are gonna come into play.
Like having that.
And you know what? It's a lot that got to do with my willpower too, because I have strawberries in the refrigerator.
Oh, you do?
And I go
like,
right
no.
to that store. I'll be like, oh, I don't want this. But that's where the willpower come into play. I'm gonna have to be strong enough to say, no, I'm not going to the store. I'm gonna eat these strawberries or nothing.
Save yourself some gas money. Think about that extra money you spending. You spending money on gas and everything else to go to the store to go get some junk food. No. Save some money. You can put that money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Once you have them strawberries, you be like, okay, I'm gonna be satisfied with this for now because I want to win. Period.
Yeah, and
I want to win. I love that.
Yeah,
we're both,
win.
you know, we're both competitive. We're competitive. I'm hella competitive. My kids are competitive. It's just, you know, and so like when you put it in the context of winning, like that's something I can get on board with.
I mean, the only person you got to compete against is yourself.
Yeah.
Which I'm competitive with my own self for sure.
Yeah. So right now,
and Nancy, yeah, I know you can do it, Nancy.
Oh yeah,
I can do it because
you're gonna do it. You just got.
Yeah, I can do it because you know.
You know what? You gotta want
it.
When
I was working for you, I was more heavier. I had started the process of losing weight, and actually, when I went to the doctor, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had lost like 3 or 4 pounds. But I want to really get into it where I can be healthy and be able to walk down the street and not run out of breath. You know,
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do everything. It's all about baby steps. You ain't got to go hardcore. You ain't got to throw everything out in the fridge like I did. Just figure out what's going to work for you, the healthy foods that you can digest on a daily basis and not get tired of. And then, you know what? And you've got Katie right there. And then offering some tips and maybe some other food options that, you know, hey, try this. You know what I mean? And then taste it and see if you like it, you know, and just try it. But starting with baby steps, that's what I recommend right off the bat. You know, it's just starting with that 1% and figuring out, okay, you already said candy's your kryptonite. So now you got to figure out, okay, your doctor says some strawberries. Okay, strawberries equal, 20 strawberries is the same amount as chocolate. And just sticking to strawberries and be like, okay, I'm not going to go to the store and go get them cookies or them turtles. Period.
Yeah.
And be satisfied with it. And then remember, you're on a journey. It's not going to happen overnight, and you got to pack some patience. Seriously. And the secret to and even especially now that we're quarantined, we got to adapt, improvise, and then we're going to overcome.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I believe that's one of the lessons too while we're being quarantined. You know, God is trying to teach us patience because we don't. We don't have patience.
You know what somebody said to me the other day? You know what someone said to me the other day? They said, you know what? The reason why they felt like Mother Nature was sending everybody to their corner is because we were taking time for granted. And I said,
that's true.
Ooh.
That's true. And when we hear stuff like that, we don't understand. We have to go, like you that lean back. It hit us like a ball, like, woo. That's true.
That's it.
We do.
Yep. And I mean, I'm so happy to hear that you are taking responsibility for your life. You know what I mean? And wanting to take the next steps to be healthy. This is what's important right now. What I feel like it's time for, self-reflection, self-development, self-growth, and self-love. You know what I'm saying? So you are taking this time right now. Same thing that I did. I took 18 months to reinvent myself. So this is your opportunity, but don't get frustrated if it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in a couple of months, but you got to get on a plan and a routine and stick to it. And then once you change those habits, and you've got plenty of teachers around you, and you got one right here, and you got help right here. You got a support system all around you. So all you got to do is be accountable for your actions and do the work.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it. I can already tell you.
I am going to do it.
She's going to do it.
I am going to do it because one thing I have learned and I always have known When you say you ready to stop, that's when you're gonna stop. Can't nobody tell you.
Right. You know what? And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real.
Up,
You know, I'm gonna keep it real. When I had my wake up call, like I told Katie, I said I have yo-yo diet up and down. I've done Slim Fast, Weight Watchers, self-medicated, all the above. I've done all. You know what I'm saying? But once I was able to stick to this lifestyle and realize that it was a lifestyle change, it wasn't a diet, because diet feels restricting things. And I'm like, I'm not restricting myself to anything. I'm just monetizing what I do and my choices that I make. So it is a lifestyle change. But you got to remember, one of the things that I said to myself was, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being, heavy like I was, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you do what you got to do. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So once you reach that point of being sick and tired, you're going to do what you need to do. And right now, it seems like you're already ready to start. Now you just got to jump back on the wagon.
Yep. That's what I got to do. Jump on the wagon and go.
And Papa Joe, you feel diet first, exercise second, as far as,
you know what, to be honest with you, it's 80% diet, nutrition, 20% exercise. So for me, again, exercise was like that easiest exercise that I could do at 450 pounds was walking. I didn't like going to the gym. It was all about strength training and all that stuff. I said the sidewalk was my treadmill and the city became my gym. So at this time, during this quarantine life, it's get outside, getting some fresh air, taking some walks, and just taking time for yourself. But for me, I would break a sweat when I walked. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is a workout, all right, let's make it into one. But it was really about breaking a sweat and getting out there and walking. But I really do feel in this time, this is the perfect time again, like I said, to reinvent yourself. And I'm just happy that you're doing it, period. I'm glad. Yeah. I can't wait to see how you're going to come out on the other side of this, a few months from now, and you're going to be happy.
But honey, I'm going to come out on top.
Okay. Well, also, hey, I got something for you, by the way. I got this for you.
Okay.
Balancing skills, the book he wrote. He's going to send it to us. Yes. I cannot wait to read it. I think some of the principles that he talks about are just so, they seem simple, but they're so revelatory. Really, truly, just make you think, and it makes sense.
His pants that made me think.
Oh, for sure.
Did you see those?
Oh, I did.
You did good.
I'm so inspired by him. It is.
I'm just inspired by him by just sitting up here talking to him, and he's telling about his journey.
I told him, I said, you can feel your energy through this little, home theater studio thing we have.
To be honest with you,
he's got joy in there.
You know what? There's lots of joy, and the reason why is because you know what? It's not about the weight that you lose; it's about the life that you gain.
Amen.
Yes.
That is word that for real. That is absolutely. Oh my goodness, that is such truth.
Since you lost the weight, how do you feel? Do you just feel lighter all the way across the board?
I feel electric.
That means you feel good.
I feel electric.
Yeah. You have a new project you're working on?
Yeah, I do, but we can talk about that. But I feel electric. You know what? To be honest with you, I have more confidence. I got more energy. I'm not losing my breath when I walk down the street anymore like I used to. I've changed my life. It's 360 degrees. I went from, again, it's not about, like I said, it's not about the weight that you lose, it's about the life that you gain. I went from loving roller coasters, not being able to fit into the seat anymore and giving that up and feeling that I was gonna have to live as a heavy man for the rest of my life, to now being able to walk into a store and pick anything off the rack. And I just went skydiving 2 weeks ago for the first time because I'm under the weight.
Wow. How did that work out for you?
Well, he's alive.
Well, he's alive, but how did that
work? You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you and keep it real. It was the number one thing on my bucket list. It was the first thing on my bucket list that I've ever wanted to do in my life. And now that I've done it, I literally want to get my certification so that I can help teach people to overcome their fears. I loved it. I want to go again. I'm actually going again next month.
My daughter, my oldest daughter, she's 19. She wants me to go.
You have to. You have to.
I probably will. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie, so.
Me too.
You might do it, Nancy.
I'm probably never going to do it.
Well,
but again, it was one of those things where, my biggest fear and the fact that I couldn't fit, I couldn't go because I was heavy. Now I'm under the weight restrictions.
I
Do you
would
know what
not
I
like
mean?
somebody telling me I couldn't do something for any reason, and
Exactly.
if it was something I wanted to do, because I don't,
Yeah. And
you know,
so
that doesn't set well with
not
me.
having the opportunity to do it and then being able to do it, and it happened to be a big fear of mine. And then I'm like, oh, I love this. You know?
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
oh, I can do this every day.
If you get certified, I'll come skydiving with
Come
you.
on, let's do it. Man, go.
You already know I got on my biggest fear when you put me on the boat.
Yes, now Nancy, I'm bound and determined. We're going to teach you to swim. She got on a boat with me last summer. Well, it was a couple summers ago. She had her life vest on, which is good. Safety first, always.
Come on now, face your fears.
know,
You're doing good.
But she is. I mean, she sat there. I mean, I was so proud of you.
Remember, I even got in the water and went to the little island. I did all that. I did it.
See, but you know what? You know what? Look. See, it turned out to be better than you thought it was going to be. A better experience, and you know what I mean? And you let go of that fear. Once that fear is gone, you just let it go. And it was like, oh, okay, I was scared because of this. Oh, okay, got it. You know?
Yeah,
and then when you have that next experience, when you get back on that boat again, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I've done this before. I'm good. You know, and you can enjoy it even more.
Yeah. It takes a step. Sometimes we really do have to take a step out in faith, you know, to overcome our fear, because we have those options, operate out of faith or out of fear. And I'm going faith every time. Yeah.
And then, I want to lose weight for myself. And then I want to be able to be the teacher too, because I have a lot of friends that's overweight too. Okay. And I have friends that really want to lose weight, but they don't have the resource to know how. You know, they in Mississippi, it's either you try to work and you have to get something quick for the kids because you're working 2 or 3 jobs to try to pay the bill. So when Katie told me about your 99-cent thing, I'm like, wait, anybody can do it for 99 cents? You know, you go to the grocery store sometime and you spend almost $200 and you don't even have 40 items.
One of the things that I suggest real quick, a quick tip, cook in bulk. That way you can grab and go if you're in between meals and this, that, doesn't feeding the kids and this, that, and the other. Cook in bulk.
Oh, that's the other thing. I've been teaching Nancy how to cook. When she came to me, she did not know how to make anything. I mean, oh my goodness, you've come so far. Yeah. I mean, we started out with scrambled eggs. That was the first thing she made. Now she can season steak. She can do broccoli. She's making moves. So, do you have, in your book, Balancing the Scales, do you include any of your tips from the 99-cent diet? You do? Okay. Well, I cannot wait to get our hands on that, because that's going to be, I go to that one in Hollyville all the time.
I stay in the 99.
I'm telling you, you can save $1 or $2. That's it. You know, you can't sleep on 99. I'm like, that's what happened was, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I turned my nose up at the beginning because I was like, our friends like, Papa Joe, go to the dollar store. They got fruits and vegetables. I'm like, girl, I'm not going to the fruits. I'm not going to the 99-cent store. She's like, Papa Joe, go to the 99-cent store. So again, and then I took my list again of fruits and vegetables and everything that I like. And I went to the 99-cent store and I'm like, oh, they got that. 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 Literally had almost everything on my list that I wanted. And I'm like, I walked out with like everything for $40. I'm like, oh, okay. Which breaks down to about $7 a meal and $21 a day or less.
I mean, that's cheaper than fast food, really.
It is.
It's neck and neck with,
You know, see, and then when I go in the 99-cent store, I'm that person that goes straight to the candy aisle.
Oh, I went to the.
They have candy in there.
I go to the facial. I go to the face aisle. You know, they have
you go
like,
to the health. The face.
All right, Nancy, what you're going to have to start doing is putting them blinders on like this and go out of sight.
She's going to go with me. We're going to go together once we get out of quarantine.
Take her. Be like, come on, girl, grab. When you see her turn down that candy out, come on, just swing her back around.
Yep.
Now, Katie will say, we're not coming here for that.
Nope. Not today. Not today.
Nope.
No, but we're going to have a follow-up, like maybe in 3 months or so. Please. And, a little check-in, because I think this would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I plan on being down a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I'm going to show you these again. I'm going to show you these again for inspiration one more time. Look,
when I see them pants, man.
Wait.
Look.
Here we go. I don't know if you can't do it not that way, but
That's
They could
astounding.
mentally
I
wrap
mean,
around you there.
God.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing, that's the other.
That's amazing. I mean, congratulations. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm just so inspired by you too.
Thank you.
Well, and I'm so grateful that you've come on on the show. I can't wait to read that book. I can't wait to update you with Nancy's project. I'm excited about our skydiving adventures.
Please.
It's all gonna happen. So but thank you again so much for coming on, for being an inspiration to me, to Nancy, and to millions and millions of people out there. You know, it can be done. It can be done on a budget, and there is no time like the present. So let's get a game plan and let's get rolling. And we will remember our why.
Yep.
I'm gonna check in.
You're gonna be like, who's that girl?
Hey,
you see me in 3 months.
Okay. I keep my promises. So I would love to do a follow-up and see how you're doing. And then we can regroup and move forward.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We got a plan. All right.
And Katie, thank you so much again.
Papa Joe.
Thank you.
It was great having you. I've so enjoyed this. Have a great week. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for joining me on When Life Throws You a Curve and how to make the adjustment. And we will see you next week. Stay safe and stay healthy. Come find me on social media on Instagram and Twitter at Katie Hamilton 32, on Facebook at Katie Hamilton, and at When Life Throws You a Curve 32, and on YouTube at Katie Hamilton.